Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to learn about operators in QBasic. So please watch the video till the end because at the end of the video, I'm going to give you some special tricks in the field of QBasic. Okay, let's get started. So first, we are going to learn about operators. What is operator? So here operators are symbols that indicates the type of operation in QBasic has to perform on the data or the values of variables. So here operators are the symbols that is going to do some special kind of operations. Okay, like I already told you in my previous videos that why do we write program? We write programs to give instructions to the computer, and whenever we write program we do some specific task in computer, and all the tasks are done by the operators. If we don't use several operators we won't be able to perform tasks. Okay, so here operators are symbols that actually helps you to do any specific task. Okay, so let us see, there are three types of operators present in QBasic programming. The first operator is arithmetical operators. Okay, the second is relational operator, and the third one is logical operators. So these three types of operators that we are going to learn in our this tutorial of the operators. Okay, now first, arithmetic operators. Now arithmetic operators are used to perform mathematical calculations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication and exponential. Now what is that? Arithmetical operators are all mathematical signs. Now whatever mathematical calculation we perform in our program, that is actually done by arithmetical operators. Okay, the examples are plus, minus, multiplication. So we use multiplication for we use asterisk for multiplication, and then we use slash for division. Okay, and then exponent. Okay, exponent is also used for the power. Now suppose if you want to write a square, so you will write a exponent 2. Okay, and then mod. Now what is mod? Mod is an operator which is actually used for division, but you are going to ask me, so we use slash for division. Yes, we use slash for division, but mod is also doing division. But the difference of slash and mod is slash will give you answer in quotient and mod will give you answer in remainder. Now if suppose two operands means the numbers that are variables that we used with operators, they are known as operands. Okay, now two operands are using mod, so you are going to get the remainder after the division. Okay, that is the difference between slash and mod. Okay, now the next operator is relational operator. Now relational operators are used to perform comparisons on two values of same type. Now if you have two operands, you're going to find the relationship between two operands, like they are greater, they are smaller, they are equal, then you're going to use relational operator. Okay, the examples are greater than sign, less than sign, greater than equal to, less than equal to. Okay, or single equal to, it is for equality. So whichever relational operator you are going to use, there's actually showing you the relationship between two operands. So again, I already told you what is the relationship. Relationship is the greater operand, the equal operand, etc, etc. Okay, the next one is logical operators. Logical operators combine two or more relational expressions to evaluate a single value as true or false. We make conditions with these operators. Okay, now here logical operator, and by the name, if I go by the name logical operator, when I say logic will always give you answer in true or false, yes or no. Okay, it means computer understands, you already know computer understands 0 and 1. 0 means false, 1 is true. So computer is a logical device, it will always works in logic. So here whenever we use logical operator, it will always give you answer in true or false or yes or no. Here we make conditions. Okay, like we make condition, the condition will be true or the condition will be false. So always logical operator works in true or false only. So there are three types of logical operators are present in QBasic. The first one is AND, then second one is OR, and the third one is NOT. These three logical operators are actually very much important. When you start doing programming in advanced level, that time you are going to use these three logical operators, AND or NOT. Okay, they are very much important. So we are going to learn them in large scale in my next part of the video in QBasic series. Okay, so if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe this for the latest video updates. Now some of the viewers are commenting me to explain variable. So here's the explanation of variable. As I have already explained variable in my previous videos, then also a variable is a blank memory space which can store values. A value of a variable can be changed during the execution of the program. Now here, whenever we use variables, we actually keep some values. Okay, we already know that variable is actually a memory space which can store values. Okay, so whenever we need values, obviously we are going to need value in our program because we want to do some calculation or something. So we need variables. Whenever we need variable, sometimes we input from the user, sometimes we keep values in a variable by our own. Suppose like you are taking a variable A and B, two variables you are taking, and you're keeping them with 2 and 3. Okay, so it is static initialization, means static variable. Why? Because you are keeping the values inside the variable, and whenever you are asking the values from the user, that is dynamic variable, that is going to change its value, that it's going to have the value in execution time, that you are going to also learn in a large scale. Okay, in my next part of videos. Okay, about variables. So now for now you just need to understand that variable is a memory space which can store values. Now here some more things about variables, like there are two types of variables, string variable and numeric variable. Now what I mean to say string variable and numeric variable: string is a group of characters. Whenever we save a group of characters in a program, that time we use string variable. Now here in QBasic, the best part is character concept is not there in QBasic. So whenever we write a single character or a group of character, it is coming in string variable only. Now if suppose I want to save A in a variable, A is a character and I want to save in A, so that will be a string variable. And if I want to save any name, suppose Raj is a value of a variable, so if I want to save Raj in a variable, then that will be string variable. So in basic we don't have a concept of character. Okay, so I'm going to make all these things in a single video, like a variable and variables value will be a concept, it will be a dedicated video I'll make and I'll upload in my channel. Okay, and the second one is numeric variable, that you're going to use in normal programmings also. Like any variable can have numbers, that variables are numeric variables. Okay, but don't worry, I'm going to make a dedicated video on variables only. Okay, now here we can learn rules for naming a variable. Now how to give a name to a variable. It is very much important to name a variable because that is only the identification of any variable. Now how can you understand which variable is having what kind of value? That is why we give names to the variables. Okay, now the first rule: a variable can have maximum 40 characters. Obviously we try to give names to the variable in very short manner. Okay, like we give a short name like A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, anything. We give very short names to the variables, but the maximum characters that we can use for naming a variable is 40 characters. Okay, like A, B, A, single character, B is a single character, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, what? 5 character, 6 character, but we always try to give a short name to the variables. Okay, that is easiest thing to identify. Okay, that you can also remember. Second, a variable name must begin with a letter. It's very much important that you start the variable name with a letter, like A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, anything. Okay, now a variable name cannot begin with a special character like question mark, @. Okay, and you cannot start a variable with name with a question mark or @, any special character. We always start the variable name with letter only. It's a good practice to start a variable name with a letter. Okay, now we can't use space between the variable name. Now so many kids, they write variable names with space. Like suppose they wanted to take input of cost price, so they write cost, cost, cost space price. Don't give a variable name with a space. So you can write cost price, you can have cost price variable name cost price, but do not give space in between. Just write cost price together. Okay, but I advise you to write CP only, CP without any special character. C dot P, no, not TC dot P, it's CP only. But if you wanted to write cost price, yes, you can write, but do not give any space in between. Okay, so these are the rules for naming a variable. That is very much important. There are some certain different rules also, but I have segregated them, and I have made a small quick rules that you need now, for now, whatever you need. Okay, now that's all for today. I hope you all have understood the concept of operators and variables. Now in my next set of videos, I'm going to write some more programs with different operators like arithmetical, relational and logical. Okay, so stay tuned, subscribe my channel if you are new to my channel. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and if you have any kind of query, you can write in my comment box. I'm there to answer you. Thanks for watching.